think life treats you badly? Wait until you hear mine.
Hello, Jake. How are you today? I came to visit your mother. She told me you were hiding here. I am lucky to catch at home today.
Hi, Grandma. Good to see you. I'm a bit busy with an assignment. It's giving me a headache. I have to write a narrative for my literature teacher, and I just can't think of anything at the moment. I have been in my room all day long.
I see. That's why you look stressed. What about if I give you a hand?
Common Grandma. I am not in the mood of joking.
I am not joking. I am seriously serious. I am good at telling stories. You know, we didn't use to have this technology when I was a child. My grandmother used to tell us stories. My brothers, my sisters and I used to sit in the evening and listen to her stories. Amazing stories. Why don't you let me tell you one of them? And then, if you don't like it, I will let you do your thing on your own. You never know. It may work and save you all the pain.
Okay, Grandma. I am all ears.
You've heard many tales, my dear, but this one is ours. It began in a quiet valley where the Magala lived in peace, their hearts bound by song, soil, and spirit. That morning the village was alive with joy. The tattooists had arrived, and every child dreamed of their first mark. Among them ran a wide-eyed boy named Gratt, barefoot, breathless, heart full of pride. Every summer, Magala tribe celebrated Tattoo Day. All the boys who reached 10 would get tribe tattoos on their bodies. It was a feast day. After having tattoos, most boys ran and cried, while others clenched their fists and hid their pain and showed their bravery. Eventually, a group of girls slipped quietly away to the hill behind the huts. There they formed a circle and began to sing and dance. The girls heard horse riders and froze mid-dance. They were riding at terrifying speed, emerging from the forest with black cloaks and blades in hand. The girls screamed and ran. It was too late. Gratt's mother and father tried to protect him, but the riders struck them down. As chaos erupted, a few survivors fled toward the forest, and so did Gratt. He ran with all his strength, disappearing into the trees and hiding alone in the shadows.
The black-cloaked horsemen were brutal enforcers for Sagana City. They raided villages that refused to pay taxes or protection fees, killing, burning and capturing until payment was made.
The Magala captives were taken and led by the horsemen to Sagana City. There they were handed to the city guards who put them in an old dungeon. They were tired, hungry and thirsty. The guards of the dungeon brought them some buckets of water. At night some survivors returned to the town, but nobody was there. It was ash, and the fire was burning what was left. The unlucky Gratt came back to the burning tribe just after his people had already left and returned to the forest. No one was there. Hoping to find others who had escaped, he searched the forest again, but found no one. That night, fear gripped him. It was his first night alone, sleepless, cold, and full of dread. Some hunters saw Gratt sleeping under the tree. First they thought he was a boar. When they came closer, they realized that it was a boy. A man they called Caradio told the group to stay back. He walked to Gratt and crouched next to him.
But the man told him not to be afraid.
And that he would help him. They arrived to Bunja, the man's town. Gratt noticed how people treated him. He must have been an impotent man, thought Gratt. A servant named Spalto came, took the horses to a stable, and gave Gratt some chores to do. Later that night, he had to sleep in a room with some other servants who didn't stop asking questions all night. The servant Spalto was kind and became Gratt's guide and friend. Caradio.
And no man among his people in Bunja town.
He was a rich trader and farmer with a good heart. Unfortunately, had two spiteful and unpleasant twin sons. They treated the servants terribly.
I told you many times to be careful. Don't you understand?
They hated Gratt and always tried to make his life miserable. Because of health problems, his wife died, and he had to look after the twins by himself.
Years passed.
Gratt was honest and hardworking. Caradio was kind to him, as he was to others, which irritated the twins a lot.
That horse is yours.
One day, Caradio and the town men decided to go boar hunting in the forest. Caradio told Gratt to come as well. The dog's bark soon echoing, they had found prey. Caradio, the twins, and Gratt arrived with spears and bows, ready to face a boar. But it was no boar. It was a massive bear. It leapt and struck Caradio down. Though wounded, he got up and fled, as did the others. Caradio, bleeding and injured, was carried home.
We need to take him
Gratt
to town
looked after
quickly.
Caradio. He brought him food and medicine. The twins were never around. Caradio always said his sons were good for nothing, and they proved it to him many times. Caradio had a brother called Filka. He was a successful trader and respected one. Alexia was his wife, and Amorphia was his daughter. They both were beautiful and kind. Amorphia loved nature. She was gentle and free. Her beauty was quiet, like a breeze through trees. Years passed, and Gratt is no longer a little boy, but a strong young man. Spalto was to him like an old brother he never had. Now Caradio got older and Gratt matured. He became smart and sharp, and Caradio relied on him almost in everything and took him everywhere. The twins, they spent most of the time going to Sagana City to meet friends and have fun. As the seasons turned and the sun rose countless times, the children of the past grew into strong souls, shaped by time and trial. One day, after he finished fishing, Gratt walked back in the bushes at the gates of Bunja Town. Suddenly he heard the screams of a young girl calling for help. He ran as fast as he could. It was Amorphia attacked by a thug. He had a fight with the thug, who at the end decided to run away. Amorphia was unharmed, and Gratt took her back to the town. She came back home and told her father about what had happened. Filka was furious. He rode with his men to the bushes, but it was in vain. The culprit was nowhere to be found. That evening, Filka told his brother Caradio about the incident with Amorphia, and asked if Gratt could accompany her to the orchard, to carry her basket and to protect her. Caradio agreed, and from then on, Gratt became her protector. Amorphia had a childhood friend, Rivala. They were inseparable, but Rivala was jealous of Amorphia's beauty, to the extent that she wanted to do her harm. She started spying on Amorphia whenever she went to the orchard with Gratt. Rivala went to her mother and told her that Amorphia was having an intimate relationship with Gratt.
Are you sure about this?
I am not sure if they were kissing, but it looks like it. I think you should talk to her mother about it before it's too late.
This is insane. I will talk to her mother about it. My daughter told me that she saw Amorphia and Gratt in an intimate relationship. Yes, they were in the orchard very close to each other.
That.
Imagine people seeing it and talking about it in
Amorphia's
town.
mother was very upset and told her daughter about the issue.
No, Mother. There is nothing between me and him. He is very respectful and kind. I see him just as a friend. I know. It must be that jealous Rivala who is causing this trouble.
I believe you. But darling, just be careful. People talk, and you know, your father will get offended.
I know.
Rivala's plot failed. She got very upset as Amorphia didn't get in big trouble. She knew the twins hated Gratt, so she went and told them the lie. The twins were so happy and had a plan for Gratt. The twins started spreading the fake news that Gratt was preying on the girls and women of the village, and that he should be punished and banished from the town.
The townsmen started to yell and swear. Gratt was attacked by a mob at night. He feared for his life. He went to Caradio and told him about what happened and that he wanted to leave the town. Caradio hesitated but accepted at the end. That night, an angry mob came to Caradio's house looking for Gratt. Gratt left the town. Gratt went deep in the forest. He used a cave for shelter.
Gratt has left the town. He is a kind and respectful person. Don't believe in rumors.